Hello everyone, welcome you all in this video tutorial. This video is for class 10th, chapter number 6, Cascading Style Sheet, part 1st. Dear student, before this chapter, as you know, we are already discussed about HTML. Now in this chapter also, we are going to discuss how to create our web page more interactive and engaging. For this, in this chapter, we are going to learn one new thing, that is CSS, Cascading Style Sheet. Dear student, as you already know, and we have already understood that web pages are the building block of any website. It contains elements like text, images, audio, video, and links that are embedded in a web page. We have also learned about HTML, which is a proper tool for developing a web page. And we have seen many examples in previous videos. Using HTML, web page can be created quickly. But dear student, you know, due to some static nature of HTML, the web pages are not very engaging and interactive. Dear student, in this chapter, we are going to discuss and learn about DHTML. DHTML stands for Dynamic Hypertext Markup Language, which provide the developer with enhance the control over the web page so that the web page can be manipulated at any time. It is not a language, dear student. In previous video also I told you HTML or DHTML is not a language, but it is a combination of several features which makes a web page dynamic. Dear student, before proceeding further, let me tell you the basic difference between static and dynamic web page. So what is static web page and what is dynamic web page, that I am going to tell you. So first of all, as you know, static web page means unchanged or constant. In a static web page, the contents of a web page remain same for every user. These kind of web pages are loaded on the client's browser exactly in the same way as they are stored on the web browser or web server. A user can only read the information but cannot make any modification or interact with the data, so that static web pages are created by using only HTML. For example, dear student, if you visit any site, suppose this is your school site, and this page is same for everyone. It means whoever is going to view this particular site and whatever home page they are getting, that home page is same for everyone. And if a user wants to do any modification in this particular page, so he or she is not able to do anything. Static means the content is remain same for every user. Just like you are seeing on your screen, I am opening the school's website home page, and we are here. I try to tell you what is the nature of static web page. Static web page means the content remains same for every user. As you can see on your screen, this home page of your school. It means if a user visiting your school site, it means if he or she can write this particular URL dpsmohanapur.edu.in, the whatever home page they are getting, that home page is same for every user. It means the content are not going to be changed. So these kind of pages, we call it static web pages. For example, I am taking this. Okay. So I hope static web page you will understood, and static web page are created by using only HTML. Next, if we discuss about dynamic web page, so dynamic web page is a page, or it is generated when a user requests for a page. Each time it shows different content based on the user interaction. For example, suppose on a school's website only, if anyone wants to see their result, so he might have opened that particular result page, and as they are entering their admission number and their respective password, so they are getting their own result. And each time for every user that particular result are different. It means if a page is going to be changed for every user according to their data, it means that page is a dynamic page. It was written here also, a dynamic web page is generated when a user requests for a page. Each time it shows different content based on the user interaction. The page that a user view at a time exists only for him, and for that very moment it viewed by someone else at the same time, or even by him at a slightly different time he would get the something different or dynamic data. Web page is also called an interactive web page that is highly functional and ideal for developing large website. Dear student, it means, for example, another example, suppose you are using any social networking site, or suppose you want to access your Gmail account. The login page for Gmail, if you want to log in your Gmail account, the login page is same for every user. But as you enter your login ID and password, whatever home page you are getting, whatever login page you are getting, that page is according to your profile, according to your detail. It means after providing login ID and password, whatever page you are getting, that page is according to your data. It means that particular page is a dynamic page. Dynamic page means the content is vary according to the user request. Static, the content are remain same for every user. So this is the main difference between static and dynamic web page. Hope you will understood. Moving to the next point. What is DHTML? At the top only I told you, if you want to create dynamic web page, for this we are using DHTML, Dynamic Hypertext Markup Language. It is not a language. Dear student, again I repeat, it is not a language, but instead it is a combination of web development technology like static markup language HTML. Along with this, in DHTML, the client-side scripting language, like unlike JavaScript, styling language, that is CSS, and document object model, that in short we can say that DOM. This we are using. As written here, this includes the specific feature pertaining to text effects, style, multimedia, animation, and dynamic menus. DHTML helps in increasing dynamic web pages that are interactive, animated, responsive to the user section. Microsoft introduced the application of DHTML with the release of Internet Explorer 4 in 1997. Further, we are discussing more about DHTML. So DHTML is an emerging technology to develop dynamic web pages and consists of the following component. First one, HTML. Dear student, in previous video also I told you, HTML is a hypertext markup language, define the basic structure or layout of a web page. Next thing that we have is cascading style sheet. Dear student, as you can see, CSS is a set of style design principles that determines the visual layout of the content of a web page. These style sheets help in defining and enhancing the page appearance by controlling the format of HTML elements. It contains wide range of formatting attributes than HTML. It is like a template in word processing document. Using CSS, we can set the font, color, background, position, margin, etc. These all things is possible by using HTML also. But if you are using CSS, then it is more convenient comparing than using HTML tags. CSS are easy to learn, easy to understand, and if you are using CSS, then it will reduce the lines of code also. And if you want to use that particular CSS at multiple places, this is also possible. So in short, we can say that CSS makes our page more faster and convenient. It is easy to use, easy to learn, and easy to understand. Next point that we have is scripting. Scripting is a component of DHTML through which we can make a dynamic web pages. It provides a way to interpret the user's action accordingly, brings the changes to a web page. Unlike suppose whenever you are visiting online result, as you can provide that particular data unlike admission number or enrollment number, and as you click on search button, so according to that number data, the page behavior, the page response is going to be changed. That happen because of some script written behind that particular page. It means as you fill the data, as you click on search button, so according to the script, the page behavior is going to be changed. It may use the various scripting techniques to detect the browsers that user is using and accordingly execute the code instead intended for the browser. So this is about scripting. Next is document object model. DOM defines the logical structure of a web page. It arranges the data or it arranges the web page content in a hierarchical way that allow the HTML element, style sheet and scripting language to interact with each other. It enables the script to modify any HTML element and style sheet sitting on a web page. It is a way of organizing every part of a web page. The basic structure, the head section, element section and body section, style sheet if any. It categorizes, in short we can say that it categorizes each and every section of a page so that any particular user easily understood which is the head section, which one is the body section, which one is the style section, and overall appearance of a web page. The W3 defines the DOM as a platform and language neutral interface that allow programs and scripts to dynamically access and update the content, structure and style of a document. It means document object model is a model through which we can categorize each and every element that is present on a web page. Next thing is cascading style sheet. Cascading style sheet is a collection of rules called style that affect the visual appearance of a web page. While HTML let us define the structure of a web document, CSS allow you to specify the structural element should be displayed. Earlier, HTML used to structure web document with basic formatting, which was incorporated using HTML tags such as B tag, I tag to mark the specific text as bold and italic. However, with the increasing popularity of the internet, it became a complex for a web designer to add formatting within the HTML repeatedly for every single page. Therefore, they started looking for possibilities to add the formatting and layouts to a web document through an altogether different technology. Unlike CSS, it means CSS helps to make the web page structure more interactive and responsive. And by using CSS, we can make our page more interactive and responsive. In place of this, if you are using HTML, so it is little bit difficult to manage the appearance or look and feel of a web page. So if you want to enhance your web page appearance, look and feel, the better choice is to use CSS. How to use CSS, how to write, how to embed with HTML program, that I am going to tell you with the help of example. As you can see, one example written here. In this example, what it does, in this example, it was writing on CSS. That CSS, if you observe this example, so in this example, inside body tag, we are having 4 paragraphs tag. And here at one place it was written one CSS. That CSS, what that CSS do, it align all the paragraph left, font family, monotype, cursiva, color green. It means whatever paragraph used inside this body tag or inside this page, all paragraph tag having this CSS, because this CSS is written on P tag, paragraph tag, and this selector we call it ID selector or tag selector, tag selector. So apart from this, we are having many more selectors. So let us do practically. Okay, now next I am going to do one example, the same example, and in my example I am going to tell you how to write this CSS and how it will apply on these all paragraph tags. So let us start. For this I need to open Notepad. I'm opening Notepad now. Next I'm going to write the code HTML head, and one thing more, if you want to write CSS, so for this we need to use a style tag, and that style tag is always reside inside head tag. Inside head tag we are having title tag. In this CSS example title, I gave CSS example title close. Next style tag, and as we discussed in that example, we need to apply that CSS on paragraph tag, that is P tag. So I use here P paragraph tag, this bracket open. Next is text align colon. This is the syntax to write CSS. left. So whatever text present inside that paragraph tag, that will align left side of the screen, semicolon. Next we need to decide font, family, colon, Times New Roman. Semicolon, color, colon, green, semicolon. After defining these all values with their attributes, close this one, style tag close. Next, head close. Next, body is going to be started. Put one h1 tag and write some text inside this, like this is my first HTML with CSS page. H1 close. Dear student, as you all know, H1 is used for heading tag. Next, I am going to take paragraph tag, P tag, and inside this I need some paragraph. So for paragraph I want content, so I am going to search some content like anything about India. From here I am going to copy some text, any text you can write, but for saving time I am going to take some text from here and I am going to paste this text. P tag close. Again I need to start P tag, same text, or if you want to use different text, so you can use from here. Select any other line, suppose this I am going to select, paste it, this one is there. Next again one more paragraph tag, use any other text, suppose from here to not only this much, this text, copy and paste, control P. The total till now I am having 4 paragraph tag. I am going to close body, at last HTML. Now save it, save this page and try to run it, whether that particular CSS is applied or not. Save it on desktop, go to desktop, save CSS example 1.html. My file is going to be saved. Go to desktop, minimize this, try to just see my page is here. Open to view that particular page, choose any browser. Now just see, in that particular code I am having 3 different paragraphs, and through that CSS all paragraphs color are changed. It should be green and font family is Times New Roman and align is left. Suppose if you want to align right, so what I need to change is here right. As you written right, that paragraph completely aligned at right side. Go and check. Now see, if you want to change the color to only one place, you need to change the color. Automatically all the paragraphs color is going to be changed. Red. See, so like this you can write a CSS and apply it on your web page. If you can see, observe this particular example, then you will understood the advantage of CSS also. If you understood this example, then the advantages that we have if you are using CSS is CSS save time. It means in the previous example we are having total 3 paragraphs, but I need to write CSS only at one place, and that particular changes apply in all the paragraphs tag. So anyhow it will save our time also. If lines of code is going to be reduced, then page loading is fast. That is also one advantage. Easy maintenance, it means if you want to do any changes to only one place, you can do the changes. That changes will reflect everywhere wherever you are using that particular CSS. Supervisor style sheet styles to HTML. Sorry, superior styles to HTML. CSS has a much wider array of attributes than HTML. It means CSS contain more option comparing than HTML. It means if you want to create a responsive page or attractive page, for this CSS is very much important. Multiple device capability. CSS allow the web page to be optimized for more than one type of device. Like if you are viewing that particular page on laptop, computer, desktop, or PDAs or mobile phones, the view is not going to be changed. So this is also one advantage of CSS. Next advantage that written in your book is global web standard offline browsing. It means CSS you can browse online as well as offline. If we are having so many advantages, along with this CSS have some disadvantages also. Inconsistent browser support. It means maybe sometime it happen some browsers are not going to support CSS fully. So in that case you are facing some problem. It means the layout is not proper. Suppose you created one web page, okay, maybe that particular page is visible in Google Chrome and the appearance is fine. The same page maybe it is different in any other browser, so it may happen. CSS having inconsistent browser support. Lack of variables. In CSS we don't have much variables. Security threats. Vertical control limitation. So these all points are the disadvantages of CSS. Next thing that we have is, what does cascading implies? Cascading means the hierarchical order in which the different style sheet types are arranged so that the latest style sheet takes the precedence on the earlier ones. For example, if you observe this example here, inside head tag, 3 style tags are there, and through this example it was showing the precedence. The last one is having the higher precedence. For example, let us draw. Suppose I copy this text, paste it 3 times, and everywhere I'm going to change the color. Suppose first one is red, this one is green, and this one I put it yellow. Now, dear student, observe it carefully. The same p tag, on the same p tag I am using 3 styles tag, and inside that same tag, same code I have written, but only I made the changes the color. For in first one red, green and yellow. Now go and check on a web page which color it will take. So at last, whatever color we have put it in last style tag, it was taken that one. So if we discuss about the precedence, so it will always taking the last one. तो लास्ट वन आई पुट इट येलो, तो वहाँ पे क्या हो गया, येलो कलर हो गया. तो लाइक दिस whatever last style sheet CSS are there, that only is going to be applied inside the page. Okay, if you deleted this one, then what will happen? Yeah, now I'm having 2 CSS, 2 style tag. Inside this, the last one is green. Save it, go and run. It converted in green color. So like this, the precedence is high of that second style sheet, so it will take that one only. Okay, so hope dear student till here you will understood. Next thing or next part we will continue in next video.